Show up early for a treat. But seriously though, major help needed, SOS. Gabrielle texted me an hour before I was supposed to show up. Those two really worked me to the bone on preparations. I thought the other club members would pull more of their weight, but they seemed to magically evaporate whenever Gabrielle wasn't involved. But it's time. It's finally time for my eyes to be rewarded. Maid uniforms again. I thought things would be awkward with Raine, but it seems like she's good at compartmentalizing. We haven't had a serious talk since then, but she shoots me glances when no one else is looking. She looks away when I try to make eye contact, though. I'm giving her space, like how we were before. And anyway, I have other things to focus on right now. There's a spring in my step as I float over to the prep room, which is just one of the classrooms in this hallway with a garbage bag taped over the window. Dare I just open the door? What if they're in the middle of changing? No, there's no way they're changing here, but they wouldn't walk through campus like that, would they? I wave the stimulating images out of my mind. If it happens, it happens, damn it. I knock politely first. Come in. Oh, you came. Gabrielle greets me with a blinding smile, but when I look down, you're not dressed yet? She's wearing one of her usual outfits. Cute, but not maid cute, though her skirt is always pretty short. But if I let every outfit with a short skirt get me like that, I'd be in a world of pain. Hello? Wipe off that drool, perv. There's nothing there when I wipe my face. Raine snickers. Gotcha. Like I was saying, well, this morning's staff had a last-minute crisis, whatever that means. Like their grandma ate their homework or whatever. And the two of us are the only ones that know how everything works. And our second shift isn't showing up until after lunch. It hurts to see her distraught. Raine moves closer to pat her back. Oh, that sounds bad. She looks at me expectantly. And you want me? I'm really scraping the bottom of the barrel here. To do something about it? Getting there. To prepare food? Bzz, wrong. She reaches into a box next to her and pulls out 2 maid uniforms I haven't seen yet. Not like I remember them that well. You want me to find someone else? Halfway there. The first half. She points a graceful finger at me. You. The second half. I don't know, phone a friend? I am not doing that. The first or the second half? Both! No way, not a chance. Oh, why not? Look at how cute this is. It was handmade by me. There's no way something like that would look good on me. She closes the space between us with that threatening garment in hand. I think it would look really good. Her voice drops to a softer pitch, and she looks up at me through those long, beautiful lashes. Shit. It's at the critical distance where I can smell her shampoo. I grip the desk so hard my hand hurts. I'm gonna do you up all cute. And think about it. Being wrapped up in this dress I had my hands all over. Doesn't that sound good? Just say yes, won't you? Yeah. Then it's settled. Don't drop it. She shoves the bundle of ruffles into my chest. Take your time. I'll come back in an hour to do your makeup. Oh, and don't forget to get someone for the second uniform, okay? There's no way you can handle that crowd by yourself. They start lining up pretty early. Raine shoots me a look, then hangs onto Gabrielle's arm, and then they're gone. 2 uniforms? What the hell am I supposed to do about this? Well, if I had Vi's number, might be able to convince her to get Ollie to do it, realistically. I have a brief vision of the carnage Miss Olivia would engender on a room full of hapless otaku, like a rabid dog let loose in a field of baby rabbits. But I can't just call Ollie myself either. Does she even have a cell phone? Not like it matters. I don't think I'd be able to pull either away from whatever it is they're getting up to. I really don't want to do this. Ha, man, you crazy dog. Nightmare. You had the chance to call anyone, and you called me? Man, what happened to all those hotties you were seeing? The way I had to beg was unsightly. I try to block it from my mind. Still, hey, don't you think this looks a little too good on me? Marshall turns around to check out his ass in a mirror propped against the wall. I'm not sure what he's looking for. It's completely obscured by a metric fuckton of ruffles. Not sure if I see it. Huh? What's your problem? Look at my legs, man. This chick really knows how to style a garter. I'm not going out of my way to look at a guy's legs. You don't have to eye fuck me to know when something looks good. Loosen that stick in your ass a little. I politely choose not to loosen it, but I glance down at his legs to shut him up. Well, he's not totally wrong. His smooth legs, are they shaved? Anyway, are given a little shape by a pair of black thigh highs and garter clips that end tantalizingly right at the bottom of a layer of ruffles. The elastic digs into his skin just the right amount, just enough to hint at the softness if you were to slide your hand in. Whoa, Tiger, I said don't eye fuck me, huh? Those are some pretty intense eyes you have there. I just got these on and you want to peel them off already? Pent up from all the girls you can't seal the deal with, huh? Why are you so quiet? Did you lose all the blood to your brain all of a sudden? Well, I can see why you're impressed when I compare it to how you look. Well, actually, you don't look that bad. Your bow's a little crooked. He slides unapologetically into my personal space and reaches over to my collar to adjust it. I feel the warmth of his hand through the thin fabric over my collarbone. He bites his lip in concentration. I feel the slightest pressure as his skirt brushes on mine. All better. He takes his hands away, but doesn't step back. We're back, huh? I'm aware of what it looks like. It's not what it looks like. You actually got another? Raine smacks her lightly in the arm. I mean, welcome. Thank you so much for helping us out. This is it. And you beautiful ladies are Gabrielle and Raine. Pleasure to meet you. Raine, sorry. No problem. She's not even mad? He does a little spin and curtsy. Pleased with your handiwork, milady Gabrielle? Dude. Totally. You guys look, like, really good. Just let me put a little makeup on you and you'll be good to go. Gabrielle blushes and giggles. What the hell? She pulls an enormous bag out of one of the storage bins. Why don't I take a little walk around and come back? You know, so you ladies have a chance to focus on my friend here. He gives me a large, exaggerated wink. No, you should stay here. Raine pulls a pile of sketchbooks out of her bag. How did that all fit? Sure. This is exhausting. Yeah, I'd like to order, please. Right away, master. Gabrielle and Raine's list of cafe etiquette is painstakingly accurate, and when they aren't seating people or assembling desserts, they're watching me like a hawk. Despite the cafe only selling coffee and prepackaged baked goods, the flow of customers hasn't stopped since the doors opened. "What can I get for you, master?" A man in glasses and cat ears looks at me pensively. Despite his accessories, he looks pretty normal. "Do you offer any special services?" What does that even mean? "Just what's on the menu, master." Just a bottle of water then. So stingy. Marshall has been surprisingly industrious too. Despite monopolizing any tables of women who come in, he's a particular hit with the older ladies. "Special services, huh?" Gah! Marshall materializes behind me. Speak of the devil. "Are you sure? You could make some pretty good use of this." "That's my ass." I grab his wrist before it travels any further, but his hand wiggles around dangerously, flipping up a few layers of my skirt. "You know, I thought this would be kind of boring, but you're really opening me up to a whole new world of culture here." "Get out of there!" Raine has just dropped her entire armload of paper plates and is staring at us slack-jawed. "Raine, what happened?" "Oh. Never mind. You guys just keep doing whatever that is." Marshall flashes her a peace sign with his spare hand. "We're not doing anything." Whew, finally. The second shift was late, but they turned up eventually, giving us time to stagger back to the prep room. That was way better than I expected. My feet hurt. "We'll leave, so you two can change back." "Oh, just turn around, it's fine." "You sure?" "Just don't peek." Unless... Can we just get this over with? "Princess, master." He does a little curtsy to Gabrielle and a sweeping bow to Raine, then saunters out the door as if he wasn't squirting whipped cream on coffee in a maid dress. We gotta get him in a host event. Butler Cafe. Butler Cafe, your mind! Damien, you were holding out on us. I thought your roommate was gonna be a total shitbag with how much you complain about him. Well, my frustration bubbles up. They never looked at me like that, even though I was the one that met them first. "So you were pretty into him, huh?" "I've been nothing but a gentleman, and this womanizing piece of shit shows up..." "What? No, not like that." "Yeah, right." "Hey, relax, we had fun, right? You're making it sound like you're jealous over little old me. You want to monopolize me that bad, huh?" She's clearly trying to diffuse the situation, but my mouth moves before I can think better of it. Maybe I do. My heart drops as soon as I say it, but it's too late. Whoa, hey, is that a confession? I mean, it's a funny place to do it, but... She slaps me. I hate you. I have nothing to say to defend myself. Raine, what? Wait! Raine is already out the door, but her face is streaked with tears. What the fuck did you do to her? Shit, never mind. Before slamming the door behind her, Gabrielle turns on her heel and points at me accusingly. I'll have you explain yourself later. My footsteps echo down the empty hallways. I think back to the text I got from Gabrielle earlier today. Meet me tonight. Got to talk to you. The cheery emoji settled the sudden attack of nerves when I first got her text. The con was something. But surely the smiley means everything is okay? I texted both of them an awkward excuse about being in my feelings, but neither of them responded. Maybe she's shooting her shot? I'm sure we could talk Raine around. They understand each other so well. I feel terrible for getting in the way of their friendship. Not terrible enough to suppress the glimmer of hope, but pretty bad. Once I reach the classroom that used to be the maid cafe. Hi, Damien. Thanks for coming. She's standing next to haphazardly stacked folding tables and boxes of unused paper goods. I see. More manual labor. Sure, but am I going to be moving boxes again? You could have opened with that. Not to mention, there's a couple dozen people at the anime club every week. Where do they all disappear to when she needs something? I did. At least, with all the other guys in the club, I did. They all said they were busy, and we have to have this room cleared out by class time tomorrow. I guess I was afraid that if I asked directly, I'd find out you were just like the rest of them. I'm a man, not a monster. She looks genuinely upset. What a bunch of assholes. I sigh and shoot her a grin. Nah, I'll help. What's a few more trips up and down the stairs? She smiles and clasps her hands together before picking up a milk crate. I hoist a folding table under each arm and follow her out of the room. I knew I could count on you. You really are different than all the other guys. I'd be lying if I said that didn't make my heart race a bit. Oh yeah? Yeah. Guys, you know, they act like they like you, but really they only want one thing. Not me. I want at least 2 things, maybe 3. They're always flocking around me, you know? Staring at me, trying to get my attention. I'm not dumb. I know they just want a cute nerd girlfriend. But not you. You're different, Damien. I don't know. A cute nerd girlfriend might be exactly what I'm hoping to get out of this. But cut a guy some slack. We reach the top of the stairs down to the parking lot, and I pause to adjust the tables. Maybe one under each arm was a mistake. I haven't exactly been hitting the gym this semester. Gabrielle sees me struggling and puts down the crate she's carrying. She takes a couple of steps over until she's standing right next to me. Let me help. She takes one of the tables and leans it against the wall, then turns back to me and puts a hand on my chest. You know, you really are different. This close, I see that her lips are shiny with gloss. You know how? I gulp. I can feel the warmth of her hand, even through my hoodie. She leans in even closer. I close my eyes and lick my lips unconsciously in excitement. I feel her hot breath in my ear. You went after my best friend. She gives me one sudden, brutal push. My feet fly out from under me and I stumble. My eyes shoot open just in time to see the fluorescent lights of the ceiling disappear into the distance as I fall backwards down the staircase. Part 2. Preservation. My head feels like it's about to split open. No matter how hard I try, I can't pull myself to alertness. The best I can manage is a dreamy sort of half-conscious state. Light, dark, light, dark. A rhythmic whooshing. Am I in a car? That's the last thought I can manage before I slide back into unconsciousness. When I wake again, it's to fluorescent lights and a hard surface. I try to shield my squinting eyes with my hand, but they're brought up short with a clang. Cold metal around my wrists. Am I handcuffed? Oh, you're finally awake. That voice. I blearily focus my eyes in front of me. I seem to be in some kind of storage room. There's a work table, and then what looks like cabinets with many drawers. Gabrielle stands in front of the work table. On the wall behind her, are those preserved insects? Good. I want you to be able to feel this. What? Where are we? Gab... She darts over to me with shocking speed, and I feel a blinding pain in one palm. I try to pull away, but the handcuffs around my wrists wrap around a metal pipe running floor to ceiling. I try to run, but my ankles seem to be tied together. When the shock of the pain clears, I see a long needle protruding from my palm. What the fuck? I yell. Not very eloquent, but cut a guy some slack. Gabrielle's eyes are wide and staring. She looks fascinated, almost gleeful. I've never seen her look like this. If this is some kind of prank... It's not, she chirps, driving a second pin into my palm. You'd think it would hurt less when I knew what to expect, but you'd be wrong. It's a number 7 stainless steel pin, ideal for stag beetles, elephant beetles, and shitty men who are no better than beetles. A sewing pin? I say inanely. She slaps my face. Her long nails leave scratches on my skin. Do you know, you've never asked me a single question about myself? Gabrielle says, voice now icy cold. Not one. Not one. I flinch as her voice rises to a piercing shriek. You thought you knew me. Everyone thinks they know me. What's my favorite color, Damien? What's my favorite series? Where did I grow up? Why are we in the basement of the Natural Sciences building? I shake my head helplessly. I know her, don't I? She's cute and friendly and talented, and she's grabbing my ear and twisting. Ow, 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 ow. Answer me. I don't know. Pink? My vision goes white as she digs her nails into my earlobe. A hot trickle of what I fear is blood begins to flow down my neck. Orange! But it makes me look like a traffic cone, so I wear pink as a second best. Gabrielle, stop. I'm sorry. You don't even know what you're sorry for. She finally releases my ear and sits back on her heels, panting. I cast around frantically, distracted by the pain. I'm sorry for not being interested enough in you. That's it, right? I'm so sorry. Were you jealous? You are, right? Because I was paying so much attention to Raine? She stares at me like I'm something stuck to the bottom of her shoe. My rasping breaths echo in the silence. Who would want your attention? She finally spits, before standing up and returning to the table. When she turns around, she's holding a pair of scissors. I begin to futilely struggle against the handcuffs again. Just tell me what you want. I'll do anything. Just please, please. She kneels down and takes my face in one hand, fingers clenched around my jaw. She tips my head up so my neck stretches out. I swallow hard, and her eyes follow the jerking of my Adam's apple. Oh, honey, she says softly. I don't want anything from you. She draws her hand lower until she squeezes against my windpipe with surprising strength. The last thing I see before the blackness overcomes me are her wide, staring eyes, pinning me down like I'm a specimen in a jar. When I was 10, I went on a field trip to a natural history museum in the city. The other girls rushed through the bug room with squeals and shrieks, but I couldn't bring myself to pretend I wasn't fascinated. The butterflies shone like jewels under the bright lights against the white mounting cards. The gossamer wings of the dragonflies, now easy to see when they weren't zipping around a lakeshore, fascinated me. Even the cockroaches, which would normally make me jump away and cringe in disgust, seemed powerless, held down by a pin. Cockroaches. There are so many cockroaches. I talked endlessly about the exhibit afterwards, until my parents, trying to foster an interest in science, brought me to a butterfly garden. Most of what I remember about that day is sitting on a bench in a humid greenhouse, unable to stop sobbing. My parents coaxed me, hoping that I would tell them what was wrong. Then they scolded me for making a scene, and finally they dragged me home and sent me to bed without supper, for being ungrateful. I don't really blame them. All I could say was that I wanted to see the butterflies, while they, exasperated, told me that they were all around me. But I couldn't really see them, could I? I'd stop to look at the bright colors of a swallowtail, and it would fly away. A monarch would land on my head, and everyone would say, "Don't look, don't move, don't disturb it," as I got a crick in my neck from holding still. I knew that even a delicate touch would damage a butterfly's wings, but I still craved knowing what it felt like. And so I cried, because nobody understood me, and I didn't have the words to make them. I started collecting dead bugs in high school, preserving them, sticking them onto white cardstock with sewing pins before I had the right equipment. That's important. If you're going to collect insects, everyone will frown on you for killing live ones. That makes this the first time I've had a live specimen. Exciting, isn't it? Nobody wants a mangled specimen, so I thread a curved needle and begin to sew his finger back onto his hand. He whimpers as I pull the thread through his flesh. He hasn't talked in a while now. I might have been a little enthusiastic with the scissors, but who can really blame me? What an idiot. What a cockroach. I don't mind when they swarm around me, as long as they keep their distance, as long as they look but don't touch. As long as they give me praise and little gifts and devotion, it's fine. They're going to swarm no matter what I do. There's no raid for men, is there? So I made my peace with it, and I get what I can while I can. It's not like I'm asking for it, so how can anyone get mad if I take advantage? But when it comes to her, Raine doesn't know what to do when a shitty man like you comes sniffing around. I murmur as I try and piece his earlobe back together. I ripped it roughly, and the blood makes it hard to see where flesh begins and ends. She can't protect herself, so I had to step in. Why couldn't you just leave well enough alone? I still remember exactly what it felt like to hold her soft earlobe. The trust in her eyes, the way her lips slightly parted as I pierced it with the sharpest needle, sterilized in boiling water. The sparkle of the small stud earring I carefully slipped through her tender flesh. And you thought you could tell her she doesn't know how pretty she is. I tie a knot in my thread and turn his head this way and that, admiring my handiwork. His ear almost looks like an ear again. He mutters something, tries to jerk his head away, but I no longer have any interest in anything he has to say. He's not bad looking, objectively. I can see that now that he's pinned to a card and not flying around wreaking havoc and bumping into things. Everything would be so much better if everyone just stayed still. She needs me, I say as I straighten his shirt and brush his hair into place. But my voice comes out sort of tremulous in a way that I hate, so I try again. She needs me, not you, not anyone else. There we go. I begin to remove the pins from his hand. They bleed much less than I expected. The pins under his toenails bleed more. It's hard to tell how much the pins in his scalp bleed as I pluck them out one by one. His hair is already matted with blood, both from his ear and from some slips with the scissors I don't quite remember. He needed a haircut, what can I say? With all the pins removed, I can finally appreciate what I've done. If you're going to mess things up, you have to make them right. Maybe if he had understood that... Oh well. His earlobe is closed. His hands look like hands again. It took me 3 times to get the edges to match up, since he wouldn't stop squirming. But even the long gash down his abdomen has been repaired. I haven't touched his crotch, but that's fine. You can't tell underneath the pants anyway, and technically, I never touched it to begin with. Now, what to do with it? I rock back on my heels, chin in my hands, and think. It's a shame for nobody to see my handiwork, but I guess as long as I know that it still exists, I'll be satisfied. I drag it onto a dolly and down the hallway to a section of the basement that smells of dirt and lumber. They're almost done remodeling this section of the archives, but construction tools are still lying around. I pick up a crowbar and suddenly notice its eyes on me, wide and afraid. Oh, I'm done beating you, I reassure it as I use the crowbar to pry away a section of newly placed drywall. It comes away easily, exposing a cavity a couple of feet deep. It's the work of a moment to push the dolly closer and roll its cargo into the space. I hear something as I hunt for the staple gun to re-secure the drywall slab. A cracked, hoarse voice. Why? I heave a sigh, staring at him with exasperation, one hand on my hip. You just never listen, do you? Once the drywall is secured back into place, I remember something I read a long time ago in one of those books with fun history facts. They say that a bunch of temples and castles all over the world were built with human sacrifices buried in the foundation. They believed that the sacrifice would bring strength to the walls and good luck to their cities. It's probably just a myth, but it's a nice thought, isn't it? And that is all for Gabrielle's ending. Want to know what would have happened if we'd gotten Raine's instead? Let's find out. For this route, everything is the same through the maid cafe and its aftermath, up until right here. Can you come over for tea? Tomorrow, please. The text shocks me so much that I feel like I have to confirm. Is this really Raine? Obviously. There's the attitude I wanted to hear. You have new cups. I realized I only had one last time. Sorry. She sets a proper teacup in front of me, saucer and everything. The fragrant scent of black tea floats through the air. Try it. We both take a sip. Ouch. It's too hot. Sorry about that. Her deference gives me a sinking feeling in my stomach. Want to help me cool my tongue down? Just kidding. Clearly not the time for that. I just wanted to let you know. I talked to some of my friends, and I felt better. They gave me some good advice. Friends? Yeah, friends. Why do you keep acting like I don't have any? Seriously. Oh, that's not what I meant. That's clearly what you meant. Her attitude isn't cute right now, just frustrating. Did you ask me to come here just to attack me? Why aren't you saying anything? She sips her tea. I take another gulp in frustration. I came all the way over here last time, too, you know? Do you think I'm just a dog that shows up when you call? Look, I'm sorry if I hurt your feelings. The excitement over the past few days has really been getting to me. Or maybe it's the warmth of the tea. Maybe we should just cool our heads a bit. Sorry, I'll head out. When I try to stand up, I trip over nothing. Huh? It's like my dorsal half turned to lead. I narrowly avoid falling backwards and catch myself on the couch, which I then slide off of in turn. Huh? Everything in the room must have been replaced with an exact replica. I know that if I were to reach out and touch it, the surfaces would peel away easily, sliding off of their skeletons like a ripe fruit, perfectly degloved. Raine is suddenly there. I didn't see her move at all. Am I sick? Yeah. I feel her pinching my cheek, but I don't see her move. Something like that. Part 2. Pandora. Pure white. That's the field of snow that fills my vision. The sun reflecting off of it is so bright it makes my eyes water. But it's not cold at all. Unless that's the sun? Oh, come on. Saves you the trouble of waking him up. That voice is... Raine? He got you already. Shut up, or I'll hang up on you. You wouldn't do... The phone rings again, and she picks it up. What's your fucking problem? The phone rings again. Ready to behave, B? Yes, Sensei. I told you to be nice. Hi, Sensei. Don't worry, it's Hanako sitting here nice and quiet. B and I were just talking about what a big sweetie you were. You know I can call other people, right? Ugh, she's such a bitch. Shut up. I'm as quiet as a mouse, Sensei. Hanako, the higher voice, trills and then stays true to her promise. She's met with a sigh. As my eyes adjust to the light, I see Raine sitting at her desk behind 2 tripods, one with the light, the other with a digital camera. The glow of her computer screen illuminates her slender figure and the furrow in her brow. And as for me, I'm on my knees. Something burning around my chest is keeping the rest of me from touching the ground. I don't even know what to ask. My head is still swimming from dizziness. I blink spots out of my eyes. I rub my prickling hands together to no avail. Raine, what's going on? Raine unscrews the camera from its seat. Her feet, in socks with a cute flower pattern, crinkle on the tarp as she walks toward me. Wordlessly, she holds out the screen. Oh, this is strange. I wonder if I'm still dreaming. Bunny suit, obviously. She points at me. Shibari. She points at the ceiling. Why? B wanted the bunny suit, and Violet wanted the shibari. She says so matter-of-factly, as if it were the shoes she chose to put on in the morning. I'm just happy to be here, Hanako chimes in. But why am I... You're annoying. About time. I try to shift position, but my body is rendered completely immobile. I only manage to rub myself against the ropes. I can't help but laugh at the absurdity of the situation. What's so funny? What am I doing here? We have a lot of fun together, don't we? Is this because you like me? This is kind of extreme. And is this cheating? Gabrielle didn't answer my sort of confession yet, but I think fleetingly of how her hand would feel running down my body, and I twitch involuntarily. You should focus. My ears ring from the force of the blow. For such a weak girl, she really has a mean slap. We're just having a little girls' night, right, ladies? Right, Sensei? So, it isn't a dream. The pair of women's voices is tinged with laughter. Think of it as a bachelor party. Right. You should be thanking us. Not so chatty anymore. What happened? Not interested in talking anymore? Now that you used me to get to Gabrielle? It's not like that. I like you too, Raine. Even though I'm at her mercy, I feel a brief moment of pity. I'm sorry, Raine. This must be frustrating. Can we talk about it? I don't think this is right. I see the muscles of her jaw working and the tension in her narrow shoulders as she looks down at me. Her spotlight lights up like a lonely halo. The moon, eclipsed by Gabrielle, who could have anything she wanted. Just let me go, okay? Are you serious? You stupid piece of shit? You think everything is about you, don't you? Don't you? My face stings. Tears start to prickle at the corners of my eyes, even though I try to hold them in. Where did she get that? She's holding something long and... Fire blossoms across my thigh, and I cry out involuntarily. What the fuck do you know? You're just meat to me. My phone crackles back to life. Sensei, you okay? Come on, don't beat him up yet. What's happening? Did you even get a picture? These two are really annoying right now. But as some of my most devoted followers, they deserve something nice. I keep telling myself. And they sent me all of these tools. I feel the smooth weight of the switch in my hand. It feels good, precise. Yeah. Embarrassing. Humiliating to be seen like this. Laid open. Pitiable. Pitied by this thing I didn't even want to begin with. A deep breath or two. Let's get back to work. So, since you three can't see anything, I'll be giving a live narration. Don't worry, I'll edit us out of the footage later. The footage? Raine, Don't call me that. A little scream escapes behind his gritted teeth as it hits the same spot. Perfect aim. I've always been good with my hands. Always. You should be quiet unless I tell you to speak. Wait. His whole body tightens in pain. A thin line of drool runs out of his mouth. Fitting. He makes an aborted motion to wipe it off. So concerned with appearances, even now. So, the first thing the people would like to know is... I pass the imaginary microphone to my viewers. How does your body feel, sweetie? B asks. He looks up in disbelief. Bad? Am I going too hard, too fast? But his voice still has plenty of energy in it. Did he bother to wonder that about me? Bad answer. Be descriptive. My knees hurt, and my hands are going numb. And my leg hurts too. You hit me really hard. A kicked puppy. You're not supposed to rub their noses in their mess anymore. That's just inhumane. More. I don't know. This feels weird. I can't move. I'm scared. Keep it up. Maybe this will help. I step a little closer and run my hand over one of his cheeks, glowing red. He jerks away from me. It stings. It stings where you hit me. Keep your eyes open. Your hand is cold. It feels better. Good boy, Hanako says. You would think I slapped him again. His face colors down to his neck. A bright, violent, gaudy pink. Embarrassed? Of course. A warning look is enough this time. He stumbles to cut himself off. Did you bite your tongue? Yeah. Let me see it. He sticks his tongue out. I grab it and dig my thumbnail in. This thing that intruded into my mouth, licking all over my teeth, enjoying it when I drank his spit. I pinch harder, wondering if I can draw blood. The way he tries to say stop makes me smile. The second best thing to peeling my own skin off to scour it clean. Is he being good now? The excitement is palpable in B's voice through the receiver. He's slobbering like a dog. Disgusting. That's the best part. I step away. The last thing I want is to be stuck cutting hours of footage of my own back. I thought this would feel good, cathartic, but it feels mostly irritating, banal, a little nauseating. I lift my nail to my mouth to chew on, and remember too late I just wiped off his drool. Whatever. I pick up a pair of nitrile gloves after washing my hands. Across the room, he looks absurd, pale, vulnerable. A little whimper as we make eye contact, and I snap the first glove on. That's not too bad, isn't it? The crying is a bit much. Something in my body simmers when he looks away in fear. I move the camera closer so I can stand behind it. What's next? Sensei! Violet's been quiet for a while, but she purrs softly now. Mind if I take control for a while? Yeah, whatever. Shoot. Pull down his top. The cups of the suit fall away easily, nothing to support them. He looks more upset than when I hit him, but he doesn't say anything. What do you see, Raine? I tied it like you said. Then the rope is making his cute chest stand out, right? Just like a girl's. I suppose so. The flesh bulges out under my ties. Maybe it's a bit too tight. The flesh is turning purple underneath. These absent thoughts ebb and flow through my mind. The rope type, the urge to wipe the sweat off my hands. I heard you're a little desperate puppy, Running after so many women at once, but now 4 are giving you attention. Isn't that nice? Answer her. Yeah. Yes? Yes. Raine, be a dear and touch him a little. Huh? Don't be shy. It's like I'm right there with you. She talks me through it all, running a single finger down his pale neck, pinching at his exposed flesh, leaving scratches wherever she pleases. When I pull at the ropes, he whines at the abrasion, but focus on the intensity of the sensation, Violet says, and he screws his eyes shut. Being vulnerable is a gift, she says. We're not just being mean to you, dear. Maybe it tickles or it's a little itchy, but that's your body getting used to accepting me. Don't look away. Look at me. Look at me. On her command, I let him out of the suspension and he crumples onto the ground, panting, eyes glazed over. Arms and legs still bound. He couldn't run if he tried. Good boy, Damien. What do you want, sweetheart? I use my foot to turn him onto his back. You deserve a reward. Tell us what you want. On her command, I slice his clothes open with my box cutter. Good boy, Damien. A few lines down the flimsy fabric. Careful not to nick skin, close enough to be a threat. When my blade lingers, he moans out loud. Good boy, Damien. Good girl, Raine, she says. I stab down. I have the presence of mind to hang up before throwing my phone at the wall. Should be fine. These things are indestructible. The honeymoon we were in is broken, extinguished like a single match would be in the ocean. Oh, he's screaming. I pull a paint rag out of my bag and shove it in his mouth, down his throat. When he spits it out, I tape it in. I guess I never recovered from burnout. At the tender age of 20, it's over. Everyone who patted me on the back for being creative or unique or hardworking or whatever, where are they now? Get into this school, score on this test, go to this piano recital, whatever. I killed it. I fucking crushed it. The first reward I got as an adult was my parents turning off the cash pipe if I waste any of their money doing any more of those creepy drawings or sculpting those creepy people. Oh, don't go to art school. You're just going to meet a bunch of perverts on drugs. Go to college, though. You're going to embarrass me in front of my friends. What friends? They only keep you around so they can waggle their better improved daughter in front of your face. Meet a boyfriend. Oh, don't let him think you're easy, though. Don't drop out. Come home. You'll have to take care of me. Your brother is busy with better things. Men don't like a girl that gets used up. What about that nice boy from elementary school? He's majoring in business. Yeah, thanks. I'm dying to get impregnated by a guy I saw try to put his whole hand up his nose. I twist the box cutter before pulling it out. What an ugly noise. You age out of compliments. That's why adults just keep getting worse as they get older. Nobody compliments you for doing the bare minimum anymore, so the bar just keeps dropping lower and lower, and nobody wants to do shit unless it's served to them on a plate. That's why, if you haven't learned how to wash your ass until you're an adult, it's over. The inside is better. Cute and pink and red and cream, untouched. Exposed to the air for the first time. Now it's dirty. Isn't that a shame? It's dirty as soon as you see it. Isn't that so fucking sad? A long, bleak life stretches out ahead of me. What the fuck are you supposed to do about that? The more life everyone experiences, the more they think they know exactly who you are. put exactly as much effort in as you need to beat the person who wants the same thing you want. It's not even that much. The world is full of lukewarm idiots who give up if you blow on them. As soon as they think, oh, this is going to be a pain in the ass, all done. You're the king of whatever moronic thing you wanted. And then they leave you alone. That's how things are supposed to work. I cut open the arms that held me, as gently as they held me. Where was I going with this? Oh, yeah. My first mistake was making a friend. The best thing about online friends is that they stay in their box. When you don't like them, you unplug them. No matter what they say to you, you can unplug them. No matter how they make you feel, it's just an illusion. So what if the image gets burnt into your TV? It's not there anymore. People IRL can do insane crap like show up at your door, talk to you through the door while you piss, rub your back when you throw up, brush your hair behind your ear, hug you, leave you, move on, find someone else to do all those things to, hurt you, 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 hurt you. The box cutter isn't sharp enough, but my kitchen knife is. Remember, you need to be careful not to cut any organs when cleaning a fish. My mom taught me that one, ripping the knife out of my hands when I spilled its insides all over the sink. One nick to the membrane and it all comes spilling, 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 spilling. My second mistake was remembering what it felt like to want things. What you don't want can't hurt you. What's so good about this guy anyway? What does she see in him that I don't? These aren't sounds a human should be hearing, even through the gag. His eye explodes when I stab it. What's so good about this guy anyway? What does he have that I don't? I realize that I'm not angry anymore as I look into the empty cavern of his neck. There's something strange. My body is shaking. Oh, I'm laughing. I chase the firefly of a certain strange feeling as I cut open his cheek. Maybe it's that he can't see anymore. That's what makes me find him cute. Maybe it's the way his tongue twitched shyly in my hand before I cut it out. Maybe it's the way his teeth are lined up, just a little sloppy, a little out of order. It takes some work, but I pull one out. The cute little hole it leaves pulses at me invitingly. A feeling I thought I'd never feel again flows through my chest and out my ears like sea foam. It's the feeling of popping candy and soap bubbles filling the space behind my eyes. The prickling in my throat as though I might cry, something between wanting and elation. The feeling I tasted while wide-eyed, dreaming that the future in front of me was an endless expanse of starry space. Is it joy? Seeing something nobody has seen before? To be the first and last person to open him up like this? Is it love? The thought makes my chest tight and my eyes prickle with tears. It's such a beautiful, ephemeral feeling that I feel slipping away just as fast as I grasp it. It's love, isn't it? A shaky breath splutters through him, and I watch his windpipe ripple. I lean in to kiss it. I had this stupid dream of a permanent exhibit. Something shocking, that worms its way into the consciousness. An ant that crawls in your sleep into every crevice of the brain, that permeates the veins and makes the skin crawl, that lays dormant, then gives a noose around the neck that may as well be grief, the way it crawls back into daydreams when you most try to drive it out. That's never going to happen. I stopped the recording. This is as good as it's going to get. A bloody garden, just for the two of us. When you think about it, it's all kind of your fault. That just existing wasn't enough for me anymore. Yeah, it's all your fault. I was so close to holding it in.